Welcome to the Black Column Podcast. I'm your host, Jabaya, aka the Crew Philosopher.
And
Shannon, what the hell is that? He just burst out laughing.
because every time we do the intros, and I don't have one. It doesn't make me laugh. Okay, I'm Shannon.
That is Shannon, who's the host of the Black Column Podcast as well. Oh boy. And we are here to give you guys some analysis of things going on in the news from a Black perspective. But first, Shannon, how have you been since Monday?
I'm good. I'm a little annoyed.
What are you annoyed by?
I'm annoyed by consumer greed. That is Apple. They released the AirPods Max, and I have a pair. I have AirPods now, but like I prefer over-ear headphones, and I've been waiting for them to come out with them, but they're so expensive. I'm just like, why are you trying to charge me $600? It's crazy.
My brother recently brought that up as well. He said, "Hey, did you hear about the new Apple headphones?" And I said, "Oh yeah, the $600 pair." Mm-hmm. He's like, "Yeah." Who's paying that money? If you are a musician like I am, right, or a incredible lover of music, then maybe you might think about paying $600 for a pair of headphones. But what do they even do?
Exactly. What do they do? They don't do they don't do anything special. I was reading through what they do. Like they don't do anything more than what Beats headphones do, and they don't cost that much. And I'm just like, I feel like it's just Apple. Everything that they come out with, it just has to be significantly more expensive than everything else. So, like Google Home and Alexa, their systems cost like what, like $150, $200. Then Apple comes out with Apple Home, and that costs like $300 something. I'm just like, everything they make has to be significantly more overpriced, and I don't understand why.
I mean, do they list any reasoning behind the incredible price? I mean, this is price gouging to me. You are exploiting the times where people are. I said this is pretty much price gouging to me. They are exploiting the conditions and overpricing this pair of headphones when I have not heard anything about what justifies this price. Go ahead, Shannon.
So let me just read this real quick. You're an audio guy, right? So you'll be able to tell me like if this is crazy. Okay, So audio technology. So active noise cancellation. Okay, cool. The other headphones have that too. Transparency mode, other headphones have that too. Adaptive EQ, spatial audio with dynamic head tracking. What does that mean?
It's a spatial audio with head tracking.
Spatial. SPATIAL.
Yeah, spatial.
Sorry. Spatial. Yeah, spatial audio with dynamic head tracking. I don't know what that means. Sensors, that's in the audio technology part. In the sensors part, there's an optical sensor in each ear cup, a position sensor in each ear cup, case detect sensor in each ear cup, accelerometer in each ear cup, and a gyroscope in the left ear cup.
Okay, so the pricing is starting to make sense right now.
Is it? Okay.
That is a lot of technology.
Okay.
But then who will buy that?
I don't know. I feel like these are not like, are these supposed to be regular consumer headphones? Because that's not the price point that you want to sell those at.
That's what I don't understand, because given the capabilities and the function and the specs that Shannon read, now it still doesn't justify $600, but it is definitely not just over earbuds. Mm-hmm. This is something else. So I get that. But then who's going to pay for this? Why would you want to walk around with something on your head that everyone knows is worth $600?
Yeah, it's
right? Like that's like walking around with a PS5 and a clear backpack. Who
can't believe these headphones cost more than a console. Like I can't believe it.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't understand why these are that expensive. So Apple has to have some type of excuse or reasoning behind this. Otherwise, I'm going to just chalk this up to plain old greed. And nasty greed,
I'm going to chop it up to, it is greed. It's literally nothing else but greed. Because you can't have, they're not marketing these as like studio headphones. I mean, they have all these like cool features as what you're saying, but like I said, I think it's marketed more towards the average consumer. But again, the average consumer is not paying $600 for a pair of headphones. So
the only way I would justify that pricing is if I never had to charge the battery ever. It lasts forever.
it lasts forever. Yeah.
It lasts forever. If it did that, it would be worth the money. But outside of that, I'm not paying $600 for.
Okay, wait. Battery.
Okay.
Up to 20 hours of listening time on a single charge with
Nope.
active noise cancellation or transparency mode enabled. No?
Transparency mode. You keep saying that. What does that mean?
I think that, so you have noise cancellation and then you have transparency mode that only lets in like certain sounds, I think. I think that's what that means.
Okay. For a second, I thought you meant it made the earphones see-through.
Invisible?
I was about to say, yo, that is something. That's for $600.
Up to 20 hours of movie playback on a single charge with spatial audio on. Up to 20 hours of talk time on a single charge.
This is bothering me. I'm gonna Google.
It says 5 minutes of charge time provides around 1.5 hours of listening time. That's pretty cool.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. You know how annoying it is when you go to put on your headphones and you forgot to charge it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
An hour and a half for a 5-minute charge? That means you can always go to and back from work with headphones.
Yep.
If you have 5 minutes to spare. It ain't worth, it's not worth $600, but that's a game changer.
It's not. I feel like they might lower the price like a little down the road. Because, you know, like some stupid people are going to spend money on this. But like, I feel like they might lower the price. I'm going to just wait it out. I really want, I like them though.
Oh,
I like the way they look.
Okay.
No, I like the way they look. If they were cheaper, I would buy a pair, but I'm not spending. There's nothing that's going to justify me spending that much money.
I just Googled what the spatial audio stuff meant. Holy shit.
Okay. What does it mean?
So basically, it brings like the theater surround sound to the headphones.
Oh, got it. Okay.
That's freaky. That sounds... If you can hear stuff from like in front of you.
Yeah,
right? So
that's kind of cool.
That's incredible. What? Like you watching a movie, somebody's getting shot in the back, and you hear it from like back here instead of just from the side.
Yeah. No. I agree. That is
cool.
I mean, I'm not doubting that they're cool. I'm sure that they're amazing headphones, but like I said, they're just so expensive. And
how much was the Beats by Dre when they first came out? It was like $300-$400, right?
The Beats by Dre now are like $349, like $400.
No, how much were they when they first came out?
I don't remember how much they were when they first came out.
I'm pretty sure it was when they had like a different model. So they had like the big beats, and they had the beat solos and stuff. I had the beat solos, and I think my mom paid $230 for them. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming the Beat Studio and stuff might have been like $400 or $500. Yeah, and so if Apple cuts this headphones for like $200 to make it $400, I think they might have a customer in Jabaya.
Yeah, no. I would buy it because I like them and they come in different colors, but like it's too expensive right now. I can't justify myself buying it right now. I would want to buy them if they were cheaper. I'm gonna wait a couple months.
Incredible. Incredible. Mm-hmm. So that's why you've been. How did we get on this topic? Ask you how your weekend was.
Because you asked me how I was, and I told you I was annoyed because they're so
the headphones.
Yeah.
I've been good. I got into a very, very fun discussion in the Facebook group, the Black Anime.
Facebook you did? Group. I love that group. What were you talking about?
You didn't see what I posted?
No. What did you post?
Hold on.
You gotta be careful what you post in there because they be going off on people in there sometimes. I don't know if you read those posts where they just
take things too seriously. So this got 170 likes and I think like I don't know, maybe 60, 70 comments. So I posted. Wait, can I send this to you?
Yes. Wait, I don't know. Can you? Just tag me in it.
All right. I just tagged you in it because you got to see it. I want you to see it and then I want you to read it. And tell me if you understand where I'm coming from.
Okay. Hold on. Well, I didn't get it. Oh, wait, hold on. Did you tag me? Because I didn't
on
get
Facebook, yeah.
That you tagged me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay. Is it this whole post or did you say something? Oh, okay.
I
The older I
created
get, the more I understand why Vegeta hated Homeboy. Oh, it's true because Goku's annoying. I hate Goku.
it. Yo,
I agree. All right, I have to redo these later. I didn't see this at all.
and I had evidence on my side, right? Like
There's
Vegeta,
no one that can disagree with you though about this.
no, they can't. They can't. They can say that Vegeta's prideful and he's an asshole, which he is. But I'm just saying, the older you get, the more you realize that, wow, I totally get where Vegeta was coming from. Like Goku would have
Yeah,
annoyed
no, of
the
course.
hell out of me.
Yes,
Can you
Goku is
imagine,
very
Shannon?
annoying character.
Can you imagine, Shannon, the woman you love when she's in trouble, she doesn't call your name. She calls Goku. Oh my God. That hurt my soul. So that's what I did in my weekend. But it was a good discussion. Good discussion. All right. Now, let's get into some newsy news. Shannon, Dr. Fauci is letting the world know that the vaccine, which he hopes Black Americans take, has been created. One of them was created. I'm sure she was part of a team by a Black woman. Shannon, does this increase the likelihood that you will inject yourself with a vaccine that was created in the fastest time in the history of humanity? Go.
No, I don't care who made it. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to turn to a zombie in 8 months. You know, it doesn't change anything for me. I might have to get one. I have to see if my job is going to mandate me to get one, which is going to be a thing. So for some jobs, so I have to see. But yeah, that's not, if they don't mandate me to get one, I don't know. Cause like I said, that doesn't change the way that I feel about me believing that we're currently living out the beginning stages of I Am Legend story plot. Doesn't matter who made it. Nope.
When this news came out, I laughed because if you are a Black person who would so easily get a vaccine if you were skeptical before, just because somebody
I know that.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I was gonna say I know that some people in the Black community are wary about vaccines. I keep saying that vaccines.
Blaccines. That's the name of this episode. Blaccines.
Oftentimes, it is believed that they are using Black people as guinea pigs, like by trying to make them get vaccines first to like test it out. So I guess this is supposed to make them feel better that a Black woman created the vaccine. So, but I don't know. It doesn't convince me. I'm sure it'll convince some people, but it doesn't convince me.
But that's ridiculous. If you are a Black person and you were skeptical of getting this shot for the coronavirus, to protect you from the coronavirus, but now that news came out that one of the people, because it was a team of scientists and doctors, you found out that one person on the team was a Black woman, and now you pull a 180 and you're super excited to get the vaccine. If that's you are an idiot.
It shouldn't make you super excited. Is anybody actually super excited because she's Black?
No, I'm just saying. If this works on you, you are an idiot.
Oh, okay.
An idiot. Yes. I mean, since the beginning of time, people have done this shit where you take a Black slave and you get him to be an example for the way the rest of the slaves should act and behave. I mean, wasn't it the story of Nat Turner? Like he was like a preacher that used to preach to slaves from different plantations, keep them in line, obey your master. Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. If you're skeptical of this thing, you should be skeptical. There are reasons, logistical reasons, to be skeptical of getting this vaccine. Don't let the identity of one person on the team just make you forget why you were skeptical. That's the thing.
I mean, I'm happy that a Black woman had a hand in working on the vaccine, but it's not gonna. Nah, it doesn't make me want it anymore.
Would you still be happy if it turns out that this was the one that does humanity in?
That the one created by the Black woman is what made everyone turn into a zombie?
Yeah, first time they let y'all make something. Y'all just
stop. It was the end. I'm sure this is not the first time that a Black person has worked on a vaccine. I'm sure this is just.
Hey, it's the first time they're giving y'all credit, though.
Yeah, it's true.
If I'm skeptical and I don't want to be skeptical,
that we're aware of, I don't think we pay attention to the development of vaccines because it's not as urgent as this is. So I just think that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, so it doesn't. It only matters if people are aware of something. And so, if I'm being cynical, this works in Dr. Fauci's favor, regardless of what happens 30 years from now. if it turns out that this vaccine is totally safe and super effective, he's able to use this black woman to get black people vaccinated, get us closer to the 70%, 80% vaccination rate of the population, and now we have herd immunity. If it turns out that this thing is the I Am Legend drug, right? It's her fault. It's a win-win for him.
Oh, yes. You mean the way that society is going to view it, not like
Damn it.
Yes, I agree.
That black woman, look what she did. It's a win-win for Fauci. Just saying, stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. I'm getting it.
I know you're getting it, Jabaya. Of course you are. I mean, I might get it too. I just, I'm glad I don't have to make the decision right now because I can't get it right now.
You're going to be forced to take this thing. You know it, right?
I know, but like, I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get to it. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
All of you are going to take this thing. All of you. I know some of you think you aren't. You're going to take it. I told you guys the way they're going to do it. The government cannot force you to take a vaccine. But what they can do is convince all of the corporations to force their employees.
It's going to be workplaces. Workplaces are going to have to start mandating their employees.
That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And so you're going to have to choose your freedom or homeless, or homelessness.
It's basically going to box you into a corner because like
it's what they do with smoking.
I feel like if you quit, I feel like if you don't get the vaccine and they fire you, I feel like you're not going to be eligible for unemployment if you refuse to get if the reason you were fired is because you refused to take the vaccine, So I feel like they're just going to make it kind of like you're not going to really have anywhere to go but to do it. So I just, it's going to be very interesting.
They're going to do the same thing they did for smoking. The way they got smoking rates to go so low is they pressured restaurants and privately owned restaurants and stuff to have anti-smoking in the indoors. And so if you can't go nowhere to smoke, eventually you just stop smoking. You couldn't smoke in restaurants. You couldn't smoke on airplanes. You couldn't smoke inside of hotels. You couldn't smoke inside of certain buildings that were owned by private institutions. And so if you can't smoke anywhere but outside, it doesn't really do anything for you. Smoking becomes less sexy because it's less visible everywhere. So that's that you've been warned. All of you are going to be forced to decide what you want. You want the vaccine or you want freedom? If I'm forced to take this, I'm not going to take it. I'm only taking it if it's free will. If my job calls me and say, "Hey, we're ready to open back up, but you gotta get the vaccine," I'm quitting my job. I'm choosing freedom. But if I'm not compelled, I'm going to get the shot.
That doesn't make any sense, Jemiah. So you'd rather be unemployed if you were going to get the vaccine anyway, if your job forces you to do it?
Here's why I say that. If there's not a big push to force us to get this shot through our workplaces, that means they believe they can convince us with good data, good science to take this vaccine. That's respectable. You're laying out a case saying, "Hey, I think it is in your best interest, sir, to get this vaccine. Here's why." And I look at the data, weigh my risk, pros and cons, and I decide to take this vaccine. That's respectable. What is not respectable is if you try to quasi force me to do it through employment. That raises my antennas that, okay, you don't think you can convince me to do this thing. You're trying to force me to take this thing. And now the choice is outside of my control. Now I'm thinking there's some bullshit attached to this. No, can't do it. No bueno. Not me.
Okay. Fair enough.
So yeah. But you've been warned here. All of you will have a choice to make in the next upcoming like 3. When do you think we'll be having that choice to make? Probably like May, right?
Yeah. Not right now.
Like
not
June?
This winter.
Yeah. So for us, it's going to be like May or June. And by us, if you're listening, if you are under the age of 40 and in good health, it'll probably be May or June when we have to make this decision. But for everybody else, stay strong, stay woke. I've been reading into the side effects and
wait. Tell me.
Oh, so some of the side effects that can happen. This stuff does happen with the flu, where pain at the injection site. So you're sore in your arm. This is nothing, right?
Yeah, like any vaccine.
Yeah, pain at
Yeah.
the arm for a couple of days, um, but also migraines. Now,
Oh, I experience migraines
me
regularly,
too.
so you know.
Me too. It's the
Okay.
worst in the world.
Hmm.
You can get fevers.
Yes, I mean that you can also get fevers with the flu shot. Yes. Okay. Can go on.
But in like I think the spanning time is like six weeks.
6 weeks. Oh.
Post 6. You know what I'm saying? So post. That's what I'm saying. It's like post 6 weeks, and now for most people, they said that the severe symptoms happen after the second shot. You know, you gotta get 2 shots. So they said the first
But
shot
that's not all. That's
no, the two. I'm pretty sure the 2 that is being rolled out in America, both of them are 2 shots.
oh both. Okay, I thought it was just one. I don't know why. Okay.
Yeah, both of them are 2 shots. So you get the first shot. They said that there was no side effects. It was the second shot where people, who had the migraine or who had the fever, dealt with those things. Now, from the stories that I read, they didn't have it for like weeks on weeks. They had it for like maybe a day after the shot. And then the day after that, they were kind of back to normal. But man, I don't know. I don't want to experience like fever, like a 103 or 4 fever for a day. It doesn't sound fun.
No, it doesn't sound fun.
Or migraine. And if you don't suffer from migraines, you don't understand it. When you have a migraine, I don't even want to leave my room.
No, migraine is terrible. It's literally the worst.
I can't watch anything.
Thing ever.
Yeah, all the sounds hurt.
You can't because yeah, migraines is like because when you lay down, like you're in pain when you lay down, you're in pain when you sit up. You have to find like a sweet spot to lay in where you don't feel any pain, and that's annoying. And then like you can't watch anything, you can't eat anything. It's all bad. It's all bad.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's almost like you are forced to live in like the 1800s. You can't watch. You can't watch no TV. You can't listen to no music. You want to be away from anybody else. So like for me, I don't know. I like just close the door and turn off all the lights, close the windows, and I just sit in my chair and just like usually like this. And my migraine episodes last usually for like a couple of days.
Oh no! Oh, yeah. That's horrible. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't have one and done. Now, for me, it happens in gaps. So I'll have like a migraine attack for like 3 weeks, and then it won't happen again till 6-7 years later.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I experience headaches and migraines regularly. Don't know why. I should probably go to a neurologist.
You should go. Even though it ain't gonna help. I went. They didn't find anything.
Yeah. I went too, but they didn't say anything wrong with me. But I feel like I should go back again. I feel like that.
Do those actual mom? Well, maybe you might know this. Do those things? Do the X-rays cause cancer?
Well, it is radiation. It's not enough radiation. I don't think it's not like huge amounts of radiation. But that's why they put the little jacket on. That's why they put the radiation jacket on you.
Yeah, but I've had like a lot of X-rays.
I don't think that there's enough radiation in an X-ray.
Okay, so that was a rumor.
To cause cancer.
Because that was a thing before.
You want me to ask my mom right now?
You should.
You want me to? I'll get up and go ask her right now.
Ask her. Wait. Hold on. Ask her. Does X-rays cause cancer? And if so, like how frequently would how many X-rays typically until you like at risk?
Let me just call, right? Let me call her.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'll call the house.
Yes.
And let me see. I'll put her on speaker and I'll see if you can pick it up. Don't mind that. Yes. Mom?
Yes.
Mom, sorry. You're on I'm recording you for my podcast right now since you work in X-rays. Do X-rays cause cancer if you get a lot of them?
Yes, radiation.
Oh. Okay. Wait, if you get a lot of X-rays, you're at a risk for cancer?
Of course, it's radiation, pumpkin.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, you have to have a lot of radiation over a long period of time.
How many X-rays?
Okay, how many X-rays are considered dangerous then?
X-rays are very low dose now. I mean, we have patients that we do their CAT scans, X-rays every 3 months. So, I mean, it's no set amount. And it's just hard but I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, being in the sun can cause cancer. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's radiation.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, there you go.
Oh my God, that did not help me at all. See what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Hey, yo, you know what's crazy? Because I remember like thinking to myself, I don't want these X-rays, but if there is something wrong with me, I want to know. And so I was weighing short-term gain versus like long-term, right, consequences. Because just for clarification, I had my X-rays because I was suffering from migraine, so I had head X-rays. I've gotten X-rays for my back when I was in the hospital, as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been in the X-ray machine at least 4 times.
Okay, so I think that 4 times, it's over time. Like, it's not like you got 4 X-rays like 4 days in a row, right?
Nah, I had like 2 close together, maybe like twice in like a 3-week span, and then I had 2 on my head that they
Okay,
did.
so I mean,
And
I think that you're
one went to
okay.
die. One went to die, by the way.
One what?
One X-ray went to die. So they inject you with something.
Oh, the dye,
It's like
right,
some
right.
dye.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so I feel like you're okay. I had an X-ray recently too on my back because I have a back injury right now. But and the doctor really wasn't trying to give me one because he was looking. I guess like some doctors really like push you into the X-ray, and some are like, we don't want to put you in radiation unnecessarily. I appreciate those doctors.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they just trying not to pay any money because every time they put you in the X-ray, it costs them like thousands of dollars.
That's
so
true.
if your insurance doesn't cover all of it, then
true.
They don't want you being X-rayed. So sometimes they just being cheap. But now you're right. I do appreciate doctors laying out the full picture. But I remember being a young man weighing, because you don't watch a lot of shows,
mm-hmm.
And you just think of a house like, yo, what if my migraine is being caused by like, I don't know, like an aneurysm that's about to burst? But
yep.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm like,
thought. Yeah.
I want to know. But then like, what if I get cancer at like 70? And then you start having weird conversations like, well, if I save my life now but get cancer at 70, I mean,
that's
I got like a good, right? I got a good 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, so salute to Shannon's mom for, putting me in the awful mood. Anyway, let's go. Let's go. Yeah. All right. We have lined up next. I forgot.
You stopped putting the rundown in the Google Doc like we did that one time. So now
I know.
I have to go back to my
sorry. So sorry. Let's go to the House. So recently, the House of Representatives voted. They took up a vote to decriminalize marijuana on a federal level, and pretty much every Democrat voted for decriminalization, except for I think maybe 1 or 2. And what was it? Only 5 Republicans voted for decriminalization. The rest in the House voted against decriminalization, and this frustrated me to no end.
Why do you Republicans have a stick up your butts for marijuana? I don't understand what the issue is.
I mean, if I'm assuming they view marijuana the way you view the rest of the drugs.
But I don't even understand how they can do that because marijuana is used in the medical industry for a lot of things. Pain management. It's not like it's a chemical that you cook in your kitchen. Like it grows from the earth. They use it for pain management. They prescribe it to people for different things. Like how can you view it as something that is harmful?
Well, okay, so here's what things are.
You definitely can't compare it to crack and cocaine at all.
No, but I'm pretty sure the same active ingredient in like heroin is used in like morphine, right? I'm pretty sure that is the case. So just because something has medicinal purposes doesn't mean it can't also be extremely harmful to you when used outside of a medical environment. And but look, my overall point is I don't understand how you can be a conservative, and this is frustrating for me because I'm someone who I view myself through the lens of conservatism. Though I don't know if viewing myself in the left-right paradigm is even that useful anymore. But I'm frustrated with conservatives because every time they have an opportunity to actually stand on their conservatism, they always show people that they don't really care about it. And so if you are the party of small government, if you are the party of personal responsibility, if you're the party of states' rights over a large centralized federal government, I don't understand how you can vote against decriminalization when decriminalizing something on the federal level checks all of the conservative boxes.
Mm-hmm.
You could personally not like marijuana. You could personally not smoke marijuana and still believe this should be adjudicated on a state level. The federal government should have no say on marijuana. The Constitution states any law that is not, written out in the Constitution is a state's issue. Mm-hmm. And so marijuana should have never been under federal jurisdiction. It should have always been a state issue, as should prostitution, as should various other things that have been outlawed on a federal level. And so it's frustrating for me because Republicans just continuously show that they don't really believe in their conservatism. It's like built around this weird moral religious stuff that is unhelpful in growing your base. Like, dude, Donald Trump single-handedly saved you guys. He increased his base amongst every minority group, and he lost amongst white men. You know why? He moved away from the traditional Republican stuff. Donald Trump is the least religious, the least moral person probably ever in public office. Mm-hmm. But even if he was lying, he spoke to jobs. He spoke to small government. He spoke to the First Step Act. He spoke to these things. Now there's even some rumors that he might the terminology where you pardon. He might pardon Edward Snowden. Right. He might pardon Julian Assange. Right. These are things that conservatives should be getting behind because they are in line with small government, personal responsibility, and less power of a centralized institution. And I don't understand why they keep getting this wrong. Yeah, I don't get it. How? This was the easiest thing to get right. The easiest thing to get right. Because Shannon, just because you voted to decriminalize it doesn't mean that weed is coming to your state in Kentucky. No, it doesn't. It means it is no longer a federal crime. Mm-hmm. You can still have it be illegal in your personal state. Now, I disagree with you, but if that's how you felt, you can still say, we don't want that weed over here in Kentucky or Mississippi or whatever. But how do you not take the opportunity to show people that, yes, we actually mean it when we say we want small government, when we say we believe in states' rights? Mm-hmm. I don't understand.
Well, you should take that up with your conservative friends over there and ask them what their problem is.
I'm trying. I'm so mad. I'm so pissed off that they put me in a position because like Shannon's not a conservative, of course, but
no, I'm not.
I think you would admit that this country would be better off if we had two honest parties.
Oh, of course.
Right now, I want multiple parties, but if we can't get that, I would at least.
Well, yeah, I don't believe in a two-party system either.
No, agreed. But if we can't get that, I think me and you both would like two parties that actually represented their constituents. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
That's not what we have. If we did have that, conservatives would have voted to decriminalize marijuana because most Republicans are in favor of decriminalization, especially on the federal level. If we had two parties that represented the people, then the Democratic Party would have taken up a vote on Medicare for all by now, because the overwhelming majority of people in their party support Medicare for all, support free college, support. Now, have you seen the latest polling numbers? Like, a bunch of people have really taken to the idea of UBI. These things will never get voted on the floor because we have two parties that don't actually represent the will of the people they proclaim to represent. I mean, Nancy Pelosi pretty much told on herself the other day when they asked her, so Nancy, what happened that caused you to change your mind regarding the stimulus bills? Before you were asking for these big amounts, but now you seem willing to work with Republicans. Nancy Pelosi didn't come out here and say, the news of the vaccine and Joe Biden being president changes everything. No, Nancy, it doesn't. It doesn't. People still need money. It doesn't
People
change.
do still need money. I read something today that they're going to release smaller stimulus packages of $600 and $1,200 for couples, but $600 for individuals. I'm just like, what? How do we get down to this number?
It's insane. It is
I don't understand.
insane because these people don't represent us. They don't represent us. I don't understand.
First of all, for all the people out there that have never, the small-minded people out there that think that America is the greatest country in the world. No, because
all right,
we
now
are
that's
so
what me
backwards.
and disagree. Go ahead, get blasphemy.
We are so backwards. There are countries out here in Europe, and I forgot, I had the list, but I don't have it anymore, that were giving $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month.
Norway, Australia. Now,
Yep.
I don't know the exact amounts, but all of these countries have given larger than $1,200. And by the way,
more often, recurring.
Yeah, bi-weekly. So I remember it was Australia, Denmark, New Zealand, France, Germany.
Yep.
Pretty much every other society except for America and maybe Canada. But Canada also has, Canada did something more than we did. Mm-hmm. America did the least for its citizens. It's not even close.
Yep. The least.
And they developed westernized society.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So no excuse. No excuse whatsoever. Especially, like I said, if you're going to prevent people from working, right, then you owe it to pay them. If you're going to literally make it illegal for me to go to work, saying that my job legally can't open, then you as the state have an obligation to pay me money.
Yep.
This is simple. There was no partisan stuff to be discussed here.
Nope.
At all. And so
first of all, the way that America as a whole has handled the coronavirus
pretty bad
compared to some other countries has been very bad, just because we politicized it when it's not a political issue. It's a pandemic. But yeah, so I was reading about Taiwan, and there are a couple of other places as well where they have no cases of coronavirus at all, and people are just basically living their almost normal lives, like with no cases. And it's because it's because other places
took
are
it
so much
seriously.
smarter. They took it seriously, and people are so smart, and we're just not. We just had to turn it into something that it didn't need to be, and now we are here 9 months later.
So with America, I think it was a mix of a couple of things. Number one, we had the worst person in office for this specific disaster, right? Mm-hmm. Like Trump, say what you want about Trump, he probably could have handled any other disaster, except for that one. If there was a bad hurricane, he would have did pretty good. And when I say pretty good, I mean not ruin the country, right?
Oh, okay.
Like a hurricane hit Puerto Rico, the Puerto Ricans are suffering, but that has nothing to do with New York, right? Like, Trump was over there throwing toilet paper like he was Michael Jordan, doing his thing, right? If somebody bombed someplace in New York or California, he would have handed over the keys to the military industrial the military industrial complex. And even though I despise those people, they know how to kill a bunch of foreigners. So we would have been fine if that happened. This specific disaster was kind of made to be the complete undoing of someone like Donald Trump, because it required transparency, honesty, intelligence, and compassion. Mm-hmm. All things that Donald Trump does not possess in spades. Now, I constantly say I resent the fact that he gets all the blame because states had the power to do what they wanted to do without federal guidance. Because New York State didn't close because Trump closed us down. We closed when Andrew Cuomo's ass took it seriously. Even though before he was telling people to go out, and Bill de Blasio was telling New Yorkers to go on Broadway after there was a confirmed case in New York City. And so everyone handled this wrong in America. Everyone. Nancy Pelosi was out there telling people, ignore it. She went to Chinatown because once there was a confirmed case in New York City, she wanted to go down to make sure that, bigotry wasn't affecting people. And so she wanted to convince New Yorkers to go down there. Stupid stuff. We handled this awful. And it should be a wake-up call for us to change. Like, when I leave this thing, I would hope the American people will come for blood. I mean, the figuratively FBI listening. We should be coming for blood. The leftists should be taking over the Democratic Party. I call myself the old school conservative. We should be taking over the Republican Party. We should be getting rid of anyone who was in office during this time, outside of a handful of people. A handful of people on both sides, maybe. Other than that, every Congress person's seat should be getting filled by somebody new. Everyone in the Senate should be getting flipped. Everyone. Hey, on a federal, on a state level, on a city level, on a on your local council board. But I don't see the anger. You kind of saw it when we first went through this thing. But it's kind of like Americans are in that space where we're not free, but we're not slaves. We're kind of a disrespected spousal partner. Okay. See what I'm saying? Right? Like a disrespected spousal partner will stay in a relationship for years, sometimes their entire life, and never file for divorce because you're getting disrespected, Shannon, but they kiss you enough that you stay. They tell you they love you enough that you stay. And that's what happens to us. We get the fire, but we can't stretch it out where it needs to be. January is coming up. There's going to be a mass eviction that takes place in multiple countries. People should just refuse to leave their houses. Band together. Chain yourselves to your doors. I don't see it happening, but that's what needs to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it might happen, but
it needs to.
Weeks. Yeah, I know. Of course.
So
no one should be getting evicted during this time. So you definitely should not just be leaving your house. I would not be leaving my house.
We have the numbers. And look, to all the rich people out there, eventually poor people are going to figure out, right? And it's the danger. Class struggle has been around since class was a thing. Every couple of generations, Shannon, the underclass realizes there are significantly more of them than they are of the upper class, right? See, a healthy society has a small lower class, a small upper class, and a large middle class. That is how you know that your society is healthy, that you have a healthy economy. In a perverse society like ours, what you have is a minor but large upper class, a growing lower class, and a constrained middle class. And so what's happening now is people are falling into the lower class, and rich people are going through life like it's not their problem, not realizing that what happens eventually, which has always happened in almost every society, eventually the people on the bottom realize that I almost have a moral obligation to come and take your stuff. It's always happened. It happened to King Henry when when the farmers who he was taxing the shit out of them, and they all got together and almost ran his ass out of his kingdom. It is in the rich person's best interest to help solve the income inequality problem. Yeah. I don't understand why this is such a hard thing for them to grasp. It is in your best interest, because if you don't solve this problem, eventually the poor people are going to look around and realize, yeah, we're going to come take your stuff.
Like in Batman.
Like in Batman.
The Dark Knight Rises. That's one of my favorite movies. But yeah, just like that.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm disappointed in the Republic.
All you have to do is put on a mask like Bane, and then take all the rich people hostage and just cause revolution.
It's coming, man. I keep telling y'all. Y'all keep pissing off these poor people. Look, I'm telling you, like we are headed towards like a time where there are going to be enough homeless people in the streets where you won't feel safe anywhere.
I agree.
There's going to be that many homeless people, and not just See, we have this image in our mind of like a homeless person. I ain't talking about like an old guy with a bad foot. There are young people in the street.
Yeah.
People in their 20s, 30s. I say all the time, most of us are 2 or 3 bad events away from being homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Me included. Technically speaking, I am homeless. I live with my parents.
Okay, but you're not homeless, Jabba. You have a home.
I don't have a home. It's not my home.
Okay, but you live there and you go home there every day, so you cannot say that you're homeless.
No, I didn't say that. I said, technically speaking, this is for people out there who think they aren't homeless. There are a bunch of millennials like myself.
But you have a home. That's the home you grew up in. That is your home.
This is not my home. It doesn't belong to me. Here's what I'm saying. It doesn't. First of all, if you're renting a place, you are renting the space. You don't own that home. That's another conversation for another day. Okay. Millennials out there who look down on the homeless. Most of us are one parent's death away from being on the street.
Oh, God.
No, it has to be said.
No. I mean, okay.
It has to be said. They need to know, Shannon.
It's not
untrue. They need to know.
You're right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so this applies to us too. Don't think just because you have a place to lay your head at night that you are somehow better than the people that you walk around or over every day. No, you're not. You just so happen to be born to parents who happen to have jobs right now. But the fact that you don't own a place means if something ever happened to your parents, you are going to be out there too.
Jabaya. Yes. Okay, I understand. We're getting a little more discussion-y and not, newsy. I feel like we've been on this topic for a while.
You're probably right. Probably right. What's next, Shannon? What the FTC?
What were we even talking about?
I was disappointed in the Republicans.
Oh, right. We got from marijuana to this. Yes. Okay. What is next?
This high pod, baby. Huh?
Is it the FTC? Is that next?
FTC versus Facebook. Now.
Can I just say something? I thought that Jabbai would be more excited to talk about this, and he was just like, eh. But this is like what he's been spouting about this whole time.
No,
big tech. Big tech is the enemy. Yes.
Well, yeah, but that's obvious that big tech is the enemy.
Yeah. But but now
the dilemma was always, I don't trust anyone to fix this problem. I don't trust the government to fix the tech problem. The government Joe Biden is about to be sworn into office. He is the literal reason Edward Snowden can't come home. People don't realize Joe Biden was the person that Obama assigned to go to these various countries and places to let them know, if you offer Edward Snowden asylum, you are going to make things difficult for yourself. Joe Biden did that. So I'm supposed to trust the Biden-Harris administration, Harris, who was out there on stage advocating for Twitter to suspend the president of the United States Twitter account? It's insane. Why would I don't do that, Shannon? Why would I trust these people to solve the tech problem?
Misinformation spouting Twitter. So.
No, I get it, but the point is, why would you want the president kicked off Twitter? Even if you think he's spreading misinformation, he's the president. We kind of should want to know what he's tweeting about, what he's thinking about. I don't trust these people to solve the tech problem. That's why I wasn't too enthusiastic about this. Yeah, sure, the FTC is going to Facebook, hoping to break them up as a monopoly and get them to sell off Instagram and WhatsApp. Yeah. Congratulations.
Okay. Well, the FTC is suing Facebook to try to get them to break up their monopoly or telling them to sell Instagram and WhatsApp, just like you said. Okay, great. So,
do you think this will solve anything?
We already know how you feel about this, huh?
Do you think this will solve anything?
No, not in particular, but I think it's good. I think it's a good thing that is happening, but I don't know if it'll solve anything.
Do you agree with this on principle? Meaning, if I start a company, which Mark started Facebook, right? It becomes super successful. I then purchase legally Instagram, and I then purchase legally WhatsApp. Do you think it's fair that the government can just come in and say, we don't like that, break up?
Yeah.
Even though no laws were broken.
Yeah, but I think that monopolies are a problem. And I feel like a lot of them need to be broken up. Disney is one in particular, because Disney is a huge monopoly. I just feel like when you're growing too big, I just feel like it becomes a problem, really.
So you believe the ends justifies the means. That because monopolies are bad, you don't have a problem with the government telling private businesses that they have to sell off parts of their business. No, I'm just saying it makes me uncomfortable.
I don't think so. No, I don't think I have a problem with that.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like this idea that the government can just come in and do what they want to do just because they think you're a threat. And by the way, they're not doing this for the sake of the American people. They're doing this for the sake of the federal government. They don't like that these tech companies are more powerful than the government. This has nothing
I'm not
to do with
praising the
us.
government for doing it. I'm just saying.
But then that's why this is conflicting for me, because anything that the government doesn't like, I like, usually. But the fact that I don't like neither one of these people, the tech companies I hate, I also hate the federal government. And so I don't know how to proceed here. And we do have actual problems with like you said, like Shannon said, monopolies are bad for business. The fact that, these tech companies can just buy any new challenger off the market or just rip their main model, which Twitter is doing with Clubhouse, which to this day is insane to me that that's legal, but whatever. I don't know what the solution to that problem is, but I don't trust the federal government. I don't trust the big tech people to do it. So I don't know what the answer is. I'm not sure how I want this case to play out. If I want the FTC to be successful in their lawsuit, or if I hope that Facebook is successful. I don't know who I'm rooting for. I know who you're rooting for because you a hater, but I don't know who I'm rooting for.
Okay.
I don't know. So, like I said, I have no idea how we're going to solve the big tech problem. And it is a growing issue. I'm personally affected by it now, which is making me more angry.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so I can't buy promotions for anything anymore on Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, no. Oh. They retroactively went back and prevented people who previously had promoted advertisements that were political or about social issues. And Shannon, literally anything can be under social issues.
Yeah. Literally anything. You're right.
Yeah. And so I can't do my little promotion videos that I was putting out before on Facebook and, buy promotional ads. And because they were on Instagram, crazy. I also can't do it on Instagram either. And so this is why I tell you I hate big tech. I view them as the enemy of the people because I'm now being personally affected. And I think I know what's going on, but these people have so much power. And
That's crazy.
It is crazy, but look, they're a private company. I can't do anything.
Wow.
I can't.
Yeah.
And so they have the power to do this thing. I'm a little guy. I'm not Joe Rogan or one of these big people who can make a bunch of noise and then force the company to reverse a decision. You have to just kind of take it. And I'm here taking it. So like I said, I'm personally impacted by this and invested, but I don't know who I'm rooting for in this thing. Because like I said, I don't want the government to be the overseer of big tech. You kidding me? Hell no. Hell no. So yeah, there's that. And last story of the day, which is my story of the day. I'm personally invested in this. I'm personally invested in this story. There's a war on Pornhub taking place, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Oh God.
I don't like it. See, Shannon feels very uncomfortable with this conversation because where she knows I'm gonna take it.
I do.
Or what she thinks I'm gonna take it. But I'm gonna talk about it. So there's been an anti-porn sentiment being drummed up for like the past, I would say, 2 or 3 months. I remember when the first article started to be written about Pornhub and accusations that Pornhub had unconsensual videos on their apps and child pornography with women who were under the age of 18 on their app, on their website. Sorry, I'm saying apps on their website. I remember those stories. And I remember at the time thinking, wow, this could be true, but it doesn't seem genuine. And so recently, today actually, MasterCard and Visa announced that they are suspending their ties with Pornhub. And so before, if you wanted to, buy a video on Pornhub or be a premium member, though I have no idea why you would be a premium member and paying for it. But anyway, you would pay a subscription fee. Mm-hmm. So you would put in your credit card information and, now you are a premium member. And so what this does now is you cannot become a premium member if you have a Visa or a MasterCard that you were using before. So now reoccurring payments aren't a thing. You can't sign up using those if you have a Visa or MasterCard. And also, if you are a porn performer and we're getting paid, if you have a Visa and a MasterCard, you can't collect your money.
Well, wait. Is there any other major card distributor? Is it only Visa and MasterCard, or is there another one?
American Express.
American Express, right. There you go.
And I think there's one more, but definitely those the big three. But and by the way, PayPal did something similar before. So many porn performers who were getting paid with PayPal, which is very common, PayPal pulled out of the sex industry. And so if you were selling sex, selling pornography, you could not get paid through PayPal. And so there's been this war on porn, which is a quasi war on sex that is taking place from multiple angles. And so initial charge. Do I believe Pornhub has content on its website that is unconsensual, meaning that the sex in the video is unconsensual, or that the video was uploaded without the permission of the participants? Do I believe that? Yes. Pornhub denies it. Do I believe that? Absolutely.
Okay. And that's a problem.
Yes. Do I believe?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
No,
do I believe?
Yeah. Yes, it's a problem.
We'll get there. Do I believe that Pornhub has? What was the other accusation? It was the underage people. It was videos uploaded without consent. I think there's one more accusation, but those two were the big ones, right? Underage performers uploaded without their consent. Oh, and videos of rape, right? Not people acting on rape, but actual rapes on Pornhub. Do I believe those are there?
That's a problem.
Of course, I believe those are there. Yes. Shannon, they're all the problem. Now, here's my thing. YouTube struggles with this problem, not in the same way, but do you remember before where YouTube people were uploading videos on YouTube of like jihadists cutting people's heads off, and various content that definitely went against YouTube's community standards? And my argument was always, dude, YouTube is the second largest search engine on the web. I think it's Google and then YouTube, or YouTube then Google. Either way, they're 1 and 2. And now Google owns YouTube. Speaking of monopolies. So yes, when you are a huge search engine like that, especially one that where people upload videos, you can't possibly you can't check every single individual video that is uploaded to your platform. You can't. Whether we're talking about algorithms, or many of these companies use algorithms in addition to actual video watchers. So people who watch.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say needs to happen.
Well, they have them.
Okay,
I don't think you guys understand how many videos are uploaded to platforms like YouTube and Pornhub like every year, or even on a daily basis. It's a lot of content being uploaded. And so would it shock me if an actual raping video makes it by? No. Would it shock me if
Okay. But if these videos are on there and Pornhub is denying it, but they are in fact there, then I feel like it's completely justified for these companies to pull out of deals with Pornhub.
To be clear, I haven't seen a single bit of evidence of a particular video, right? I'm saying I believe that the accusation is true because I just think that with such a broad and large number of submissions, you're going to miss some stuff. This is my assumption, but so far I haven't seen like the smoking gun, if that makes sense, right? Like, oh my God, this video in particular was a video of an actual rape that made it through they're not fact checkers, but the people that watch the videos to make sure that they're legit. I haven't seen that smoking gun. My thing is, there is a movement, an anti-porn movement, definitely, but I get some like weird anti-sex stuff in there as well, but definitely an anti-porn movement that is pretty much using this to push their agenda, right? Because what they want to do is end internet pornography. There is a huge anti-pornography movement in this country, and it's growing. It's like a partnership between the religious right and feminists who want to get rid of porn. It's what they want.
Okay, well, I don't know about all of that, but I'm just saying that there needs
That's
to be
what they
better
want.
type of fact checking for what kind of content is uploaded onto your porn site.
They already have people whose jobs are, by the way, this is an awful job, but their job is to sit there and watch videos that get flagged by the algorithm for being inappropriate, and their job is to sit there and watch it and determine whether or not this video is actually inappropriate. But once again, you can only have so many video watchers, and there is a huge amount of content being uploaded to your site. The middle ground for this could have easily been, hey, Pornhub, you have to tighten your verification methods, which Pornhub did, by the way. Let me find this article. Pornhub came out and pretty much said that they were announcing new changes to their website to address these concerns. So let me find this. Hold on. Okay. All right. So this is from Fox News. I'm going to just read this real quick. Pornhub implements new rules as backlash intensifies over sex trafficking concerns. Pornhub issued a series of new restrictions on user experience Tuesday as it faced backlash over an explosive report on underage sex trafficking victims being exploited on its platform. Pornhub released a statement. At Pornhub, nothing is more important than the safety of our community. A statement from the company read, our core values such as inclusivity, freedom of expression, and privacy are only possible when our platform is trusted by our users. This is why we have always been committed to eliminating illegal content, including non-consensual material and child sexual abuse material. The streaming giant announced, among other things, that it would only allow, quote, properly identified users, end quote, to upload content on the site. It also announced it would ban downloads and expand moderation on the site. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you had certain people like a woman named Nicole in a lawsuit. She claimed underage videos of her naked were posted on the site. And she said she reportedly told Pornhub, you really need a better system. I tried to kill myself multiple times after finding myself re-uploaded on your website. Yeah, and so I'm just skipping certain parts of the article. Danny Pinter, Nicole's attorney at the National Center on Sexual Exploitation, maintains that the platform can't be trusted even with its new policies. I don't trust them at all to do what they're saying they're going to do, first of all, she said. And secondly, it's really irrelevant because there's nothing new that has come to light to them. We have at the National Center have been talking about all of these issues for years, specifically targeting Pornhub. And then she talks about a petition that received 2.1 million signatures backing her call to shut down the platform. That's what this is really about. It's an anti-porn movement where people view porn as detrimental to society. Now, I think there's a real debate to be had on whether or not porn is detrimental to society, especially when you take into consideration how it is introduced to teenagers kind of readily. Like if your child has a phone and he's a boy, you should assume that he's watching pornography. like just assume it. But to me, that discussion, that fight should be had honestly. It shouldn't be had using these unfortunate issues to kind of push a certain agenda. That's what I'm pushing back on. I am.
Okay. Yes.
I'm pushing back on it. And so, yeah,
okay.
Moderate your content better, Pornhub, even though I think it's impossible. But yeah, sure, try to moderate your content better. Hire some more video watchers, even though I think it's impossible. Take these steps. I think we need to be honest about ourselves. That look, yes, some foul stuff is going to be uploaded to these platforms every now and again.
Right.
What?
I'm just saying I understand, and like I agree to your point about your gripe about like wanting to shut down the site entirely. Fine. But I'm just saying if they don't have a better system in place, I don't blame these companies for wanting to not work with them if there's no better system in place for trafficking this stuff that's getting uploaded. So good for you, Visa and MasterCard. Good for you.
Shannon just hates poor people. You know what it is, Shannon?
What are you talking about? What does that
because
have to do?
This hurts the people. Now, even with the new rules, I don't think that these new rules are not without some cost. There are plenty of people that upload pornography who don't want their identity to be shared with anybody. And so now you have to verify yourself, which most likely means you have to record a video holding your ID. I've heard that's pretty common on like OnlyFans, where you have to record a video of yourself holding your ID so that they know it's you. Now this private company has your information.
Yeah, I guess.
No, but it's serious. And here's the thing. Now there's a risk that if you were uploading pornography but hiding your identity, right? Maybe you and your spouse were wearing masks or doing whatever to hide who you really were in these videos. You're selling pornography. You're making money, right? You're making a livelihood, and now you can't do that anymore because you don't want to risk sending your information with your full name, with your address to this porn company and risk that information being leaked, which, by the way, happens all the time. It happens with Ashley Madison. It's like almost like a yearly thing where once a year they get hacked and everyone knows who's cheating on their spouse, and it destroys lives and no one cares about it. And so now you can't produce this content with anonymity anymore. It has real world consequences. If you're a porn performer, you can't get paid. And like you said, I mean, almost every card you get is either Visa or MasterCard.
That's true. It is. You're right.
I haven't seen an American Express card in years.
I know. I just think that I just don't think that it's okay. I don't necessarily know what the solution is. I mean, yes, there needs to be a better method in place. I understand the not anonymity thing. I understand that. But I also don't think it's okay for some of this content to be uploaded. So I just don't know where I fall. Huh?
I didn't think it was okay. I said.
I mean, I'm not saying that you're saying it's okay. I'm just saying because of that, I don't know where I fall on the spectrum of this argument. That's what I meant.
Oh, so you're riding the fence. I get it.
Mm-hmm. I
think this is awful. I think there is an assault on sex performers and sex workers that I find to be despicable. And part of the reason why I care about this so much, because some of you are thinking, oh, wow, you are really passionate about this, Jabaya. I'm passionate because it starts with sex and it always spills into other forms of freedom that people hate. And so whenever someone hates porn, or there's like an anti-porn movement, it inevitably leaks into other areas. And I'm someone who talks shit for a living, or hopefully will talk shit for a living. It's going to eventually come to us. Oh my God, we don't like what he's saying. MasterCard and Visa. He shouldn't be allowed to process payments because of the content that he is spewing.
Okay.
Like, is this the world we want to live in?
Okay, I see your point. I do. I see it.
So just to wrap this conversation up, do you think Pornhub is not doing its job if even one video that is non-consensual makes it on this platform, or do you give them like a quota?
No. I'm not saying that they're not doing their job, but it's one thing if it makes it onto the site and you're doing what you need to do to rectify the situation by like removing it, finding it, removing it. But like, don't say that it's not there though when it is.
Okay, so would you be fine if 100 non-consensual videos made it on Pornhub every year?
What?
Would you be fine if 100 non-consensual videos made it on Pornhub every year?
I mean, no, not really.
So what's your number? That's what I'm saying. Like, if we're going to have these policies,
I mean, 100 a year opposed to a larger number. Yes, obviously, I'd rather take the 100, but like, I'd rather like less than that be made onto. I mean, I don't know. Don't ask me these hard questions. I don't know.
I'm just saying. This is the type of discussion that needs to be had.
The ideal answer. Mm-hmm.
It's impossible.
Yes, I know it's impossible. I just said it was the ideal answer, but I know that is not possible.
Okay, yeah, and that's what I'm pushing back on is kind of this idealism that is bringing that once again, like I said, it's like a 3-dimensional chess game going on right now, where you have actual victims of women whose images and videos were uploaded without their consent. Those are actual victims, right? Advocates, you are using them to push their anti-porn agenda. It's like, I want to make sure that I'm not coming across as not having compassion for the victims. I believe there are actual victims. Yes, I just believe the way to rectify that is not to have this anti-porn push. And I think people are being suckered into this anti-porn push instead of saying, hey, let's separate these two separate issues and let's deal with the grievances here from these women claiming that they were violated. Let's get Netflix to tweak their policy or come up with some safeguards where we can decrease the number of instances where this thing happens, and then let's move on our way. But that's not what happened. Ideologues have taken over, and that's what I'm pushing back on. That's why I'm defending Pornhub.
You were just locked and loaded. You could not wait to give your speech and your stance on this.
Somebody got to do it. Somebody has to be the voice of reason. And that's the show. We're 10 minutes over, but it had to be done, people. Had to be done.
We're only 10 minutes over? I thought we were way over. I thought we were worse than that.
I know. You trying to rush me earlier when I was getting my shit off about the Republicans. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for listening to us again. This is my type of show. A lot of things that I don't care about. Follow us on social media. All information will be in the show notes. It is my turn to pick the Monday discussion. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I have a lot.
I was about to say, do you know? Give people a preview.
I don't know. Yeah, because I love rambles, but I think I might have something. Oh, I think I do have something.
Can you take your Enneagram quiz and come back with the results on Monday? Remember when I told you to take an Enneagram quiz to get your personality type?
Oh, I took that already.
Oh, you did? All right. Well, don't tell me yet. Tell me on Monday, Sunday.
Yeah. I wasn't shocked either. But my topic, hold on. My topic for Sunday, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the topic. I'm going to read to Shannon to see if she thinks it's worthy of being the discussion. Okay. In hindsight, were the hyenas in The Lion King really that bad? Or was Mufasa just a dick? Now, let me just lay out my case quickly. This is a quick layout. No, hold on. Let me lay out my case, Shannon. Don't laugh at me. I think as an adult, don't laugh at me. I think as an adult, one thing we should all do is rewatch children movies with our adult brains. And, I was rewatching Lion King, and you realize the hyenas are villains, but there's no real reason behind it. Because the lions eat meat, the hyena eat meat, right? Mm-hmm. But they are designated to the dark part of the land, while the golden people get to roam wherever they want. The entire movie
accomplices in a murder.
Who? The hyenas?
Mufasa.
Yeah,
they were accomplices. They were accomplices to Scar.
Or were they?
All right, okay, we can't talk about this now.
I'm just saying. Or were they going against a dictator? From their perspective, Shannon.
Okay.
All the golden people were able to roam wherever they wanted. I'm serious. The dark Shannon.
We can't talk about this now because then we're not going to have material.
I'm just saying. The dark people had to be in a. It's true. Scar was dark. He was the only lion that was dark, Shannon.
Okay.
The only lion was dark. The hyenas, they were forced to live in this place with no meat, just bones.
Okay.
That's what I want to talk about.
I mean, you think that we're going to get a whole hour out of this discussion?
Yeah, because I think you disagree.
Okay, cool. So
the entire movie is about white supremacy, and no one talks about it.
Okay.
No one talks about it. So
okay, we can talk about it. Fine.
That's what I want to talk about. So we will see you guys on Monday. Thank you for rocking with us. Anything else you have to say, Shannon?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so until next time, guys. Deuces.
Right. Bye. Oh my God, Jariah.
What? You know I'm making sense, Shannon.
I gotta watch the movie again.